for Cabbage,
John
just always kind of
Bars.
curious about your UFC run. Not as
Yeah.
many UFC fights, as you would think. Obviously, you fought the creme of the
Is my
creme, the
connection
Tank
out?
Abbott's,
Yeah.
um, Tim Sylvia, Andre
John, take
Arlovsky.
over from
So,
my
talk a
connection.
little bit
Can you
about
take over, please?
your run in UFC.
My run in the UFC, well, first it started with Tim Sylvia. I guess we were supposed to fight in a heavyweight tournament in Hawaii. I broke my hand, so I couldn't fight him. So Dana White was there. Then there was a fight organization that came to Oahu named, I think it was Shonen. They made me fight Aaron Brink. At the time, Dana White guys were gonna sign back Aaron Brink. They were banking on Brink to smash me. They're like,
Hmm.
this young kid from Hawaii. But then when TJ, the promoter of Super Brawl, he came to the gym and he seen me training, he was like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? This kid is serious right now. And so when I went in there, I fought Aaron Brink. I knocked him out in like the first 30 seconds of the first round. I gave him the ostrich punch, like he straight hit his face in the mat like an ostrich, you know what I mean, after I hit him.
Yep.
And then I won that. Then Dana contacted me, asked me to fight Tim Sylvia. He said that was a fight that was supposed to happen in the heavyweight tournament. I fought him. Like, I didn't even really train for that stuff. My management at the time really sucked. They wouldn't give me like proper time. They would be like, oh, we'll throw him in. Yeah, he's game to fight in 2-3 weeks notice. You know what I mean? Let's throw him in. He's super down to fight. And like me being a young Portuguese guy, I'm down to scrap. You know what I mean? Like right off the teepee, like what we used to say, like take the chicken right off the teepee and fight him.
Hmm.
So I fought Tim Sylvia. I lost that fight, but the crowd loved me because, you know what I mean? They was like, who the fuck is this person? You know what I mean?
Right.
The crowd loved me. Dana White kept in contact with me. Then they made me fight Sean Alvarez. This is when I did the split from Grappling Unlimited. Is when I fought Eddie Alvarez. I didn't know that the Prince wanted to bet with Egan some money because the Prince was good friends with Sean Alvarez.
I love you, baby.
And so Egan didn't want to bet him because he thought that I was going to lose. I ended up beating Sean Alvarez. I found that out afterwards, and I was like, wow, this guy was supposed to be training me, and he had no faith in me. I'm out. Poof. I dug out. I started training. I was living in Maui. I was training in Maui for a little while, where Rick is right now. I was training up there for a couple years. I had the key to Baldwin High School. I used to use the pool and the whole facility. And that's when I fought Tank Abbott. The UFC flew me up to the UFC office up there, and I was training downstairs. I was training with Alex Gong like a week before Alex Gong got murdered. Like he was my trainer training for the Tank Abbott fight. That's why my knees were so crisp for that fight. So what it was is, so during that fight, that training camp, Dana White guys, about I think it was like 2 weeks out, they were like, hey, Wes, go back home, go see your family, because you've been training hard. Alex is going to go back to San Francisco, go take care of some business stuff. You guys are going to come back in a week. Okay. Alex went up to San Francisco. 3 days later, he gets shot on the street up there, which was shitty. So that way, when my fight came out, that's why I had F14 on top of my shorts when I fought Tank, because that was his logo. That's what he used to put on all his shorts, was F14, was Alex Gong. So I did that in memory for him. That's why I was just clipping Tank with those knees on that first fight.
And got the big win. And then Orlovsky was next, right?
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then
Those
so
crazy times, man. Wow.
right. So then with Andre Arlovsky, I was supposed to fight this other fighter. Tim Sylvia tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. They asked me at the weigh-in if I wanted to step up and fight Arlovsky, and me, being Wesley Cabbage Correira, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm down to fight this guy. You know what I mean? He's just another human being. He bleeds like me. So I took the fight on 5 minutes notice, went in there. I mean, I think I'm the hardest. I probably hit Andre the hardest with a jab that he's ever felt in his entire life. But he still beat me. He caught the angles. They beat me. I had one more fight left with the UFC, but due to breaches in contracts, they cut me off the roster off that time.
Did that one go the distance? Or no?
With the Arlovsky fight, no, I think it went like 2 rounds or 3 rounds.
Okay.
Then they stopped it because I got hit behind the ear. I dropped. I was rolling back to get up, and the ref stopped it already.
Wes, who's out there in the heavyweight division right now that would have been like a great night for Cabbage?
Fuck any one of these guys out there right now. Even as right now as we speak, you know what I mean? I don't see the. I mean, not to take anything away from the guys, but look, I could give them a run for the money. You know what I mean?
Well,
especially right now at this weight walking around, you know what I mean? I could put on a little bit of weight and I could give them all a run for their money. I could put them all on notice. But they gotta let me smoke herb though, because I got my medical card.
Yeah. Is that okay with the if you have your card? Can you smoke herb and be cool fighting these days? Do you know?
I'm not too sure. It all depends because so it's a state and like county law that it's legal. It's not federal yet. So unless the USADA is federal, they gotta follow the state and county guidelines, you know.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.